Hello everyone, I hope you are doing great. Today we have our 8th video from Conversation Activity video series, and we will be particularly focusing on technology. So let's get going. The first thing we have is about terminal objectives. We will always have our students answer a set of argumentative questions. This is what they have to do in the actual IELTS test, and they're expected to talk about their daily use of technology. They are asked to talk about the advantages of using technology and the problems associated with technology. The enabling objective that we have in order to achieve our purpose is a set of grammatical structures such as passive for talking about new technologies. So we will always expect our students to be able to use passive structure for talking about replacements or when there is a kind of new update. For example, we say laptops are being replaced with cutting-edge tablets. So basically, tablets have replaced laptops. So if we change the order, we can simply provide the opportunity to use passive structure, which has a positive influence on our grammatical range and accuracy score in the actual IELTS test. Personal computers have been outdated by the emergence of portable technology. So be outdated means to be old-fashioned. So by the emergence of portable technology and laptops, PCs have been outdated. It is another passive structure. Also, for general terms, normally we omit the. For example, technology is a lifesaver is correct. However, the technology is a lifesaver is an incorrect sentence because technology is a general term and we are generalizing. This is not a good idea to use the before technology in this case. So it is absolutely essential to focus on the use of the and its omission in case there is a general term such as the word technology in here. In the second sentence, the technology of computers, or let's say information technology, is absolutely right to use the because it's not a general term. It's just talking about the information technology. It is a specific field of knowledge, field of technology. Then we have lexical resources. We have nouns, for example, pieces of technology. So we ask our students to memorize these sorts of equipment, devices. For example, we have chargers. I'm sure you know that. Charger packs are another terms for, let's say, power bank. And we have laptops, smartphones. This list is going to be far from comprehensive as life goes on, new technologies emerge, and this list keeps being updated. And then we have a set of adjectives for technologies. We have cutting edge technology, state-of-the-art technology. Basically, they mean latest technologies. Outdated is quite the contrary. Something is outdated, it means something is old and old-fashioned, not used anymore, not trendy. Trendy means popular. It is not popular with people. Not many people use them anymore. And let's see some useful expressions. We have there is an upgrade. It means there is a newer version in the market. For example, if you have an old laptop, there are probably many upgrades. So you have many options. You have a lot of other more, let's say, state-of-the-art laptops to provide yourself with. You need to have an upgrade is the case when, for example, you have an old printer, your printer is bothering you, is making a funny sound, it's really slow, and this is really on your nerve. So you need to have an upgrade. You need to replace it with a newer one. Out of order, to be broken, to be defective, they are all synonyms, which mean that the device you have is not working properly. It is not really broken, it is not functioning properly, it is not working as it is supposed to be. There is a glitch, it means there is a problem. You can use this expression for websites. For example, if you say ingvid.com had a glitch a couple years ago in the survey section. So in the survey section of the website, there was a problem. For example, a button didn't work. For example, a form was not really submitting the data. So there is a glitch. To get a hang of it means get used to it. It takes quite some time for people to get a hang of the new technologies. And this is one of the disadvantages of using technology. Get the grips of it is the same. Both mean that learn how to use a device, a piece of technology conveniently. And then with this prior knowledge, now let's go and plunge into our actual conversation activity planning. The first thing we do before attending the class, we will ask our students to watch a set of videos. The first one on the screen is about technology related vocabulary for IELTS speaking. So basically 2 people are talking and using as many vocabulary as possible. And I think these are band 9 English speakers. So absolutely useful to watch, absolutely useful to learn their expressions, their vocabulary. It is a must. The second video is an IELTS speaking questions and answers. It's a sample in the framework of technology. It is absolutely a must for IELTS candidates. The first thing we have as our in-class activity is a warm-up. So we have some worksheets and we will ask our students to provide definitions and as many examples as possible for these terms that we have provided them in our worksheet. For examples, we have technological devices, we have appliances, and by appliance, it is absolutely essential to clarify that it encompasses everything that works on electricity in your home, for kitchen, for your overall household chores. For example, we have vacuum cleaners, dishwashers, fridge, washing machine, etc. These are all appliances at your home. iPad, iPod, I'm sure you know that, your students know that. Charger pack, we have had in our previous slides. We talked about charger packs. These are power banks. We have laptops and smartphones. These are different types of technological devices. For definitions, we have some adjectives related to people. So technophobe is a person who has a phobia of technology. These people are really interested in going off the grid. These people are really interested in staying away from social media, or let's say latest technologies, for example, going online. Technophiles are people who are interested in technology, interested in using technology. They like technology. These people are normally open-minded people. They accept new technologies with an open arm, and they have no problem affording themselves latest technologies. And tech savvy is very similar term. It's a kind of tech wizard, a computer wizard who is really advanced in using computer sciences, using computers. Basically, they do not face problems we normally have when using our computers. Some tech-related adjectives. So these adjectives are basically used for describing devices, technologies. For example, cutting edge, state of the art. It means the latest technology. The contrary is old-fashioned, obsolete. So this means that the device you have is old and it needs to have an upgrade. Trendy, it means very popular with people, very interesting. So a trendy device is the one which is normally used by the majority of people. User-friendly is basically easy to use, straightforward. You can simply open it, use it, and it does not require a lot of training. We have responsive. It means that the program is synced with any device. For example, you can talk about a website. So you can say a website is responsive. In this case, it means you can open the website on your mobile phone with a portrait view, or you can have it on your laptop with a landscape view. So the aspect ratio of the website does not really change. We have conversation activities. This is the second thing we do once our worksheets are covered. We will ask our students to talk about what technologies do they often use, and be sure to provide some sample answers. For example, for number one, I use internet technology. These days I'm having an IELTS test, so I'm preparing myself for it by self-studying online. For example, I go to YouTube, I watch videos and podcasts, and I consult social media. For example, BBC English Learning Channel in Twitter is absolutely a must for IELTS candidates. Are you good at using technologies? Again, you can provide your sample answer. Yes, ever since I was a university student, I've used online technology. I'm competent in streaming movies or songs online, and I even know a lot of useful websites. I'm also good at searching Google, so I think I can find almost whatever I need online. The third question, what advantages could internet technology bring to education? For example, self-studying. The major advantage of internet technology is the opportunity for students to self-study. They can conveniently, at a couple clicks, find their best online educational channel, spend their time watching their educational video, and transcend in their preferred field of expertise. There is an instant delivery of messages compared with the old postal system. So again, it is convenient to use technology. And then we have libraries. In the past, people had to wait for their peers to bring the book back before they could borrow the books they want. However, nowadays we have online libraries. You can easily search for them, you can easily find them, and there is an option to download the book. So you can download as many times as you need regardless of your peers and the number of times the book is previously downloaded. For question 4, we have what advantages could internet technology bring to professional world? So Basically, it's a lifesaver. Traditionally, people had to spend hours creating archives, categorizing documents, and even for finding those documents, people had to spend a lot of time fetching those documents from the archives. Nowadays, archiving is quite automatic by using online technology, computers. It is really time saving as opposed to the traditional methods of archiving, which was quite time consuming. And of course, it is convenient. Normally, people get tired, but when you use online technology, basically computers do not experience fatigue or poor judgment or lack of concentration. So it is much more convenient. What are the disadvantages of online technology? Well, nowadays people spend a lot of time working in front of their personal computers. They are sitting in a place, so there is a kind of sedentary lifestyle going on. We have lack of exercise, and probably people are going to go overweight as a result of this excessive use of technology. And of course, we have a new generation of crimes. For example, in the past, people who wanted to, let's say, rob a bank, they decided to do the armed robbery. So security was essential for bankers, for bank tellers, for people who worked in the bank. Nowadays, we have hackers. They hack your websites, your personal account coordinates, your passwords, and they can easily break into any bank at home remotely by using their personal computer. So security is basically required everywhere. We also have child abuse. In the past, it was really difficult for pedophiles to bother our children. Nowadays, we have abundant cases of people who use false IDs and they try to chat with young females, and easily they could deceive them by falsy images, pictures about themselves, about their identities. So, in forms of assessment, what we do is receiving feedback from a student's performance. So we ask them questions, the ones that we see in previous slide, and we will ask them to answer these questions. Once they have answered, we will try to give them some tips in order to improve their performance. And we have a specific focus on enabling objectives. In this case, we had passive structure for replacement of old technologies with the new ones. We have the use of the, it's basically a definite article, and how we should avoid it for generalized terms such as the word technology. And of course, we have pieces of technology, different devices, different equipments, and we had a set of adjectives. So we insist on using these adjectives as much as possible. And then finally, we give them tips. We give tips to our students in order to improve their performance, and we provide them better alternatives. But it is ultimately a student's responsibility to use our answers, use our enabling objectives in order to personalize our sample answers for their own use. Finally, at the end of the session, we will have some homework assignments. As always, we will provide some IELTS Task 2 cue cards, and we will ask our students to record themselves for at least a couple minutes and send it to our correctional department at Parsons Institute for constructive feedback. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed. Next week, we will focus on wildlife.